government's independent terrorism watchdog says Shamima Begum should be brought home. Last week, she lost her legal challenge against the removal of her citizenship, meaning she remains in a camp in Syria. Now, the Special Immigration Appeals Commission ruled that the government acted lawfully to protect national security, but Jonathan Hall says Begum and other British women who joined Islamic State and their children, of which are apparently around 60, should be returned to the UK. He says other countries like the US have repatriated dozens of citizens and compared to men, women are less likely to have travelled for the purpose of fighting. So that's OK then, is it?
Yeah, fine, let's move on.
Because they didn't go over there to actively fight, just to kind of help those who were going to be chopping people's heads off and doing other awful things. We should let them come back. And actually, the whole thing about 60 children puts me off even further, because these are children who've grown up in the most horrendous of circumstances, are highly likely to have been radicalised in some way or another. And I just honestly don't think there are problems. They left, they rejected this country, they went to fight for things that we utterly reject and abhor. Why the hell should we take it back?
When are people like Jonathan Hall going to get it through their heads that this argument is over?
Yeah.
She's not a British citizen, she's not British, and therefore she is not our responsibility. They can go, oh, well, that decision's all wrong. It doesn't matter. That decision has been made, It's been appealed. She tried an appeal, and the decision of Sajid Javid was ratified. It is now the case. She does not have a British passport. She is not British. She can rot in the Syrian desert because she's got nothing to do with us. End of argument.
I don't understand why... having committed the crimes that she's committed in Syria, that we would bring her here to be tried. We've never done it before.
Because it's never been proved that she committed any crimes over there. I'm not denying that
she's already committed... She's committed the crime of joining ISIS, which is a crime
that she committed over here.
No, she didn't. She didn't join ISIS in Birmingham or in London.
Well, she did.
She joined it when she went there, and the point is that she went there, whether you argue that she went there willingly or not willingly doesn't matter. You know, in every other case that I've ever seen of somebody committing a crime in a foreign country, they get tried in that country, whether it's in Bangkok for drug smuggling, whether it's in Peru or Colombia, whether it's in America. You know, all these people get tried where they committed the crime.
But then we should
not here.
We should be putting forward special measures to make sure that she is, because she's not going to be tried there because she's just in a refugee camp.
Well,
that legal framework.
Why should we? There's nothing to do with this. She's not British.
All right, well, she was born here. She's lost a British
citizenship.
She's not
British.
End of. But she was.
It doesn't matter she was born here.
I know, but she was born here. It does matter because
it doesn't. She's not British.
No, but listen, if I'd run off and joined ISIS, I wouldn't have my British citizenship taken from me because I don't have dual heritage.
Yeah, but she has had
it. You don't know that.
But she
does, so there's the end of that argument.
No, right.
She's not British, she's not our responsibility.
OK, but she was British, so I think there's lessons...
But she isn't anymore.
There are lessons, at least, to learn about this, because she's not going to be the last girl or young
if we bring her
person.
back, she won't be the last girl, because other people will be like, oh, look, that wasn't so bad.
So the other aspect of it, though,
is
the intelligence of reports,
yes.
right, which we don't see, we don't know, but the judge saw them, and he considered those to be sufficiently dangerous to make sure that she would be a danger to this country.
I tell you, back that up, Lisa Nandy, she said, I absolutely accept what the judge has said. He's seen things that we don't know. That's Lisa Nandy,
That's fine.
Shadow Foreign Secretary.
And the Special Immigration Appeals Commission also found that she had been trafficked.
No, they didn't say that.
Yes, they did.
They said that she had a case.
A credible
case. A credible case.
No, they didn't say she had been trafficked.
So she had a credible case.
She had a credible case,
which is not the same.
You're just going to chat over me, so I'm going to give up.
I think certainly what we do know is that she left this country as a British citizen at the age of 15. That act of going to join a terrorist group was committed while she was still a British citizen. So therefore, for me, she's a British problem. Also, it wasn't as if she turned...
She's not a British citizen.
It wasn't as if she turned 15 and suddenly was gone. This grooming may have been taking place when she was 13, 14 years old. She was groomed in this country.
Why is she a British problem?
Because she was a child, Kevin.
But why is she a British problem now?
Because she committed...
She's not British.
She committed the initial crime when she was British. We took the passport away from her. To me, she's still British. She doesn't need to have the passport for
JJ, where does the grooming bit come in? Because I know you're saying she's 15, but the criminal age of responsibility here is 10. And there are many kids well under the age of 15.
And she went to Turkey, and within 10 minutes, she was married off.
Yeah, she wasn't taken over to fight. She was taken over to be a sex slave.
She wasn't taken over. She made her own way there. Did you see the picture? Who took her? I didn't see anybody with her.
I'm just going to shout louder. She was groomed and taken over there.
Allegedly.
By a group of men who raped her, and I'm not OK with that.
Allegedly.
No,
Allegedly.
she was raped. She was 15, she was raped, she was pregnant. She was pregnant.
You don't know that.
Trust me, I don't want to be defending someone who's involved in terror.
Sounds like you
That's
are.
not what I'm doing. I'm saying the system is messed up.
You are
really
basically
is.
painting her as a victim.
She
and
is a victim.
I don't see her
She's
as a
both.
victim.
She is both.
She also helped in the rape of other women. She
I'm
also
sorry,
did
she's-
that.
I wouldn't say that a woman can
So
help
you're-
someone else rape another woman.
Well,
If she's
well,
a
she could
child
hold
and
them
she has,
down.
Right, but you get
She
into
could.
really tricky territory here because if you are a victim of grooming and rape and sex trafficking, yes, there are so many cases where you also end up being involved in the trafficking of other human beings.
say she's a liar.
Okay.
Why did
I
she
say
only
she's a
wheel these
liar.
arguments out now, not years ago? Funny how these arguments
She
are
shouldn't
only
be
being...
I was
should
bringing
not
out
be a
these
drain.
arguments
No,
the
not
second that it
you,
happened.
her. Why wasn't
no,
she using them
because
if she was such a
groomed
victim?
and she was brainwashed into this stuff. I'm not
Allegedly,
defending
you
her
don't know
decision.
that, Nicola.
I'm not defending her decision.
think
However,
you
at
are.
the time, 3 policemen stood in front of a parliamentary select committee and said to the Bethnal Green 3, if you come home, which we want you to, you will not face any criminal charges.
And they didn't
instead,
come home, did they?
They stripped the
No,
citizenship
because
and 2
they
of them
didn't
were
come home.
murdered.
Because they stayed there. They didn't want to come home. Now she wants to come home because she
Yeah.
doesn't fancy being in a
She's
refugee
not
camp.
at all apologetic.
It's
Not at
ridiculous.
all.
Absolutely nothing to do with us.